This conference will now be recorded.
John, you're muted, so I'm, okay, there.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
John, did you hear Megan?
She said
Sorry.
something about meeting.
Mr. DeWitt,
I'd like to call the May Finance Committee meeting to order. Roll call, Mr. Leslie.
Committee Chair Kenneth DeWitt,
Here.
Committee members Albert Hayes
Here.
and Timothy Reagan.
Here.
Board Chair Mark Finkel.
Here.
Board members Alfred Candido.
Here.
Richard Byrd
Yes.
and Nicole Allen.
Here.
Everybody's counted for.
Thank you, Mr. Leslie. Can I have a motion to adopt the meeting agenda for whatever month that was?
I'll make that motion today.
That is today's meeting agenda.
Okay.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion approved. Can I get approval of the March 10th, 2026 Financial Committee meeting minutes?
I'll make that motion. Mr. Hayes,
I'll second.
Mr. Reagan.
All in favor?
Aye.
The motion approves. Committee business. New business is a resolution to further amend the agreement with Harris Beach PLLC CO 12022 to provide bond counsel service in connection with the anticipated issuance of zero bonds or other financing of infrastructure improvements. Mr. Minutia.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You can find the resolution on page 5 of your packet. 1 year ago, we asked the board to review and approve the third amendment to this contract with Harris Beach, now called Harris Beach Murtha, following a recent merger. They are the regulating district's bond counsel. In the coming months, we expect to rely on the specialized legal advice of Harris Beach Murtha as we convert regulating district's short-term financing arrangement with the New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation to a long-term arrangement after the Indian Lake Rehabilitation Project is completed. For these reasons, we ask the board to approve this execution of the Fourth Amendment to extend the contract for an additional 3 years and add another $45,500 so Harris Beach can continue its outstanding and specialized legal work. And I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone has about this resolution.
I have a motion to approve.
That total amount, how much more was it, Tim?
$45,500.
Any other questions?
Does any of that have to be bid?
We
Not since we already have the agreement with them.
have an ongoing
That's why I was
arrangement.
asking.
It's just an amendment.
Okay, thanks. So my turn? Okay, yes.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Reagan,
Aye.
Mr. Hayes. Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is adopted. The second resolution is to increase the petty cash fund in the Hudson River area.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You can find this resolution on page 7 of your packet. 2 months ago, we recommended and the board adopted changes to the regulating district's procurement policy. Section 25 of the policy authorizes two forms of petty cash payment. We are talking today about the type where we write a check to a vendor for payment not to exceed $500 for a single item. Before the change to raise this threshold from $250, the limit on the amount of funds in the Hudson River Area Petty Cash Fund, which was most recently set in 1999 via Resolution 99-12-5, was $6,500. With the new $500 limit, we anticipate needing to replenish the Hudson River Area Petty Cash Fund more frequently, which could slow payment of invoices to our smaller vendors. So we respectfully seek board authorization to raise the cap from $6,500 to $10,000. So we reduce the need for replenishment of this fund and the likelihood of any payment delay. Raising the cap on the amount of funds in the account from $6,500 to $10,000 is roughly consistent with the inflationary increase from 1999 to 2026. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone has.
Just one, you probably looked at using credit cards and it decided against that.
We try to make every payment using electronic means that we can. Obviously, we need our vendors to be willing to accept payment via credit cards, and
most of them don't then.
many of them, the smaller ones in particular, have not yet adopted that practice. It's your turn.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mr. Hayes, Mr. Reagan.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Reagan.
I will second that.
Mr. Hayes.
Is that your turn, Albert? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion to adjourn. I guess.
The town passes to Mr.
Governance meeting.
Mr. Candido. All right, recognize Chair Candido, Chairman.
Yep. That's it, Mr. Candido.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Call to order the May meeting of the Governance Committee. Mr. Leslie, please, the roll call.
Thank you. Committee members, well, let's see. Committee Chair, Alfred J. Candido Jr.
Here.
Committee members, Kenneth DeWitt. Here. And Albert Hayes.
Here.
And Nicole Allen.
Here.
Board Chair, Mark Finkel. Here. Board members, Richard Byrd.
Here.
And Timothy Reagan.
Here.
Executive Director, John C. Callahan.
Here.
General Counsel, Robert Leslie. I'm here. Chief Engineer, Robert Fulton.
Here.
Chief Fiscal Officer, Timothy Minitra.
Here.
And the Director of Administrative Services, Stephanie Rizicki.
Here.
All are kind of.
Thank you. I need a motion to adopt or revise the meeting agenda. Motion, please.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Mr. DeWitt, Ms. Allen.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. We need the approval of our March 10th, 2026 committee meeting minutes. Motion for that, please.
I'll make that motion.
Go for it.
I'll second.
Second.
Alan DeWitt.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Committee business today, we will need a motion to advance to the full board and recommend adoption of a resolution adopting policy prohibiting regulating district employees from profiting on insider information. Mr. Leslie, can you please explain?
I sure could. Thank you very much. On page 14 of your board packet, you will have a resolution to adopt a policy governing state employee participation in prediction markets. Due to the governor's clear direction and non-controversial nature, I would recommend that the committee recommend to the board that they dispense with the 3 readings of the proposed policy as is typically contemplated by the board's policy on policymaking. And the reason for that is this. On April 22nd, 2026, New York State Governor Kathy Hochul issued Executive Order 60 to address the recent proliferation of prediction markets, noting that platforms now exist through which individuals can make monetary bets on the outcome of events, heightening the potential for misconduct, whereby those with privileged information can seek to personally profit by trading on such insider information. The proposed policy provides that no board member, officer, or employee of the regulating district may use any non-public information obtained in the course of their official duties to seek or profit or to avoid loss from their participation in a prediction market or similar service, or assist any other person seeking profit or avoiding loss from participation in a prediction market or similar service. Basically, the New York State Code of Ethics and the Code of Ethics of the regulating district already offer this prohibition. This is a statement by the board to be explicit on their own behalf, but also on behalf of their employees. All of your charges, don't use prediction markets to profit, basically, on the insider information that you gain as an employee here.
So the ice fishing derby's out, huh?
If you can predict where the largest fish is, I think you win the derby anyway.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Can we have a motion to advance?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Mr.
All
Hayes, Mr. Drew.
all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carried. That concludes our committee business. Unless there's any new business, motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Mr. DeWitt,
Second.
I'll second.
Ms. Allen.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
The committee is adjourned.
At 10:18.
The gavel is yours, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I'd like to call to order the regular board meeting of the Hudson River Black River Regulating District. Roll call, Mr. Leslie.
Board Chair Mark Finkel.
Here.
First Vice Chair Kenneth DeWitt.
Here.
Second Vice Chair Alfred Candido. No, sorry. This is where I'm getting screwed up. Second Vice Chair Nicole Allen.
Here.
Board members Albert Hayes.
Here.
Alfred Candido.
Here.
Richard Byrd.
Here.
And Timothy Reagan.
Here.
Executive Director John Callahan. Here. General Counsel Robert Leslie. Here. Chief Engineer Robert Fulton. Here. Chief Fiscal Officer Timothy Minicha.
Here.
And the Director of Administrative Services Stephanie Ruzicki.
Here.
All are accounted for.
Thank you. Motion to adopt the meeting agenda. I know of no reason to go into executive session. We need a motion to accept the meeting agenda.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We have no guests. Do we have anybody either online or in the room that want to comment to the board?
No one has expressed interest in commenting online either.
We're all set, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, hearing none, I need the approval of the March 10th regular board meeting minutes.
So moved.
Move a second.
I'll second that.
Mr. Hayes.
Any additions, corrections, or changes? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, we have the report of our executive director, Mr. Callahan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My report appears on pages 30 and 31 in your packet. In addition, I'll just also note, next week is National Safe Boating Week. We met last week with the Great Sacandaga Lake Safe Lake Initiative Coalition. We have some representatives from the Great Sacandaga Lake Association that were also with us at that meeting to talk about ongoing initiatives and partnership opportunities to try and keep folks safe on this body of water and other local bodies of water. I'll just note also that in conjunction, this Friday is Wear Your Life Jacket to Work Day. So wherever each of you are on that day, I encourage you to spend the day at a PFD. But I'll also note that that day we will also be unveiling our life jacket loaner station here at the Sacandaga Field Office, as other life jacket loaner stations around the reservoir come online as well. Also in conjunction with Safe Boating, and just note that our crews are out there today and will continue tomorrow supporting our partners at New York State DEC as they put the lateral aids, navigation buoys, and danger marks out on Great Sacandaga Lake. So we appreciate being able to help out with that. I just want to also note for the board the complexity of the projects at Old Forge and Sixth Lake in very close quarters, as Mr. Byrd knows all too well, have necessitated increasingly frequent trips out there to meet with local municipal elected officials and partner organizations like Northern Forest Canoe Trail folks, which we did last week to work on making sure that those bodies of water and the canoe trail and the important recreational and economic benefits that attach to the Fulton Chain of Lakes can continue during the project. Like other projects we've done under the chief engineer's leadership, we're doing this project in a way that does not change normal water levels during construction, which brings some additional complexities, but that's certainly very important as well. Also, as we get to a point where later this year, maybe late summer, early fall, we might technically have 4 dams under construction at once. And we had an opportunity recently to provide a tour to our NIPA and Canal Corporation dam safety engineer colleagues. Will be attending with the chief engineer and the operations engineer, the Association of State Dam Safety Officials regional conference in Buffalo next week. So we've long been a member of ADSDO, but not when the conferences are in Cleveland, Las Vegas, or other places. Have not had an opportunity to attend, but we've got lots to talk about, and two presentations during that conference will actually involve Indian Lake, interestingly. So, and as I sit here today, I'll also note that working closely with our executive chamber colleagues and division of budget colleagues as we work through matters of fiscal importance to the regulating district. As of 10:24 this morning, there does not appear to be a New York State budget, but I think Tim's treasurer's report, his CFO report will be about 25 minutes from now, and things could change between now and then. But with that, I'll just pause for any questions that members may have.
Any questions or comments? Thank you very much, sir. Next, contracts. First one, resolution authorizing the expenditure of $6,553.77 for the purchase of 6 replacement sections of log boom for the Stillwater Dam. Mr. Pulte.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. There's a resolution on page 32. In short, we have 6 segments that Stillwater of the log boom that need to be replaced. We're looking for the board to approve an expenditure of $6,553.77 to purchase 6 replacement log boom sections.
Any questions? Motion to accept the expenditure.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
Second.
Mr. Reagan, Mr. Drew.
any further comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, a resolution to award the regulating district's marine insurance program and approve marine insurance proposal for policy year July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027. Mr. Manini.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On this resolution on page 34 of your packet, seeks approval to pay for the coverage on the workboat. We bring it as a standalone resolution because its term is just a little different than the other insurance coverages. And because of that, we work directly with Arthur J. Gallagher to obtain this necessary coverage. We are recommending a change to a new insurance carrier this year, which will result in a reduction in the cost of $490 from last year's cost. And I'm happy to answer any questions you have on this resolution.
Questions, comments? In that case, a motion to accept the resolution.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
Second that. Mr. Reagan.
any further comments? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, a resolution authorizing the executive director to enter into a second amendment to the April 2023 agreement with LogicalNet for information and technology services. Again, Mr. Benito.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You can find this resolution on page 36 of your packet. We've worked effectively with LogicalNet since late 2019 to provide the necessary information and communications technology for the regulating district to fulfill its mission. Increasingly, that also includes protecting that network from bad actors who seek to infiltrate it, to enrich themselves, or inject chaos into our public service delivery. We asked the board to authorize a 15-month amendment to the existing agreement with LogicalNet. This aligns the end of the revised agreement with the end of the regulating district's current 3-year budget cycle. It will also allow us to engage in a competitive procurement over the next 13 months to further ensure the regulating district is getting the most value possible from its managed services provider. This will not be a surprise to LogicalNet, as we informed them of this during our negotiations these last few months. A total of $47,204 includes not just the monthly services that we receive, but also the labor cost of installing new servers in each of 3 areas, a few new computers that need to be purchased to run the latest version of Windows, and to deal with the cable situation in the basement of this building. Some of you have already taken that tour, and you can see what the situation is down there. So with all of that, I'm happy to answer any questions you may have about this resolution.
Any questions?
So this is a full service agreement. It's everything. Service, they come in, you have X amount of new assets delivered every year through this agreement. It's just
The purchase of the hardware would be outside of this agreement. We purchase that directly. This is for the services they provide to protect the network, to make sure that it functions properly for everyone who uses it.
and this is till the end of,
June 30th, 2027.
so it's a year and a half. for that.
15 months.
And you're saying that's a normal price for that? I have no idea what it is, Tim. I don't have a clue.
So from the 47,204, you have to take off about $8,000 or $9,000 for these side projects.
Okay.
But it ends up being about $2,600 a month to do all the things, including the help desk when anybody, we don't have a dedicated.
Yeah, so the help desk is the people that.
technologist. Yeah, yes.
Okay. And I have no idea if that's a normal amount or not. I didn't have a clue.
We think it is, and we will have a check on that in 13
Yeah,
months
gotcha.
when we come back to you with a recommendation
Okay.
on the results of our competitive procurement for the services.
Okay, any other comments, questions? A motion to accept?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll second. Mr. Reagan, Mr. Drew.
Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, a resolution authorizing the installation of a security system at the Sacandaga Field Office. Ms. Zicki.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On page 38 of your board package, you will find the resolution and the supporting proposal from Adirondack Security. Staff requesting board authorization for critical security upgrades to Sacandaga Field Office and Maintenance Garage. Sacandaga office is unique because it receives a disproportionate amount of public visitation compared to our other facilities. Certainly, it is common for a single employee to be alone in the administrative office during high-volume periods. Consistent with current safety trends and professional best practices, staff has identified an opportunity to enhance our on-site operational readiness. As you will see on the proposal on page 40, we are looking to partner with Adirondack Security, a vetted New York State OGS vendor, to install a multi-component system, which includes a panic system and a video door intercom. The proposal for equipment installation and monitoring is $6,733.65. The resolution is requesting an expenditure not to exceed $7,200 to account for any installation contingencies. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
So will this office now be locked off when there's only one person there? Or-
No, it won't be locked. It will have the ability to be locked. We will, most of the time, Stephanie's by herself.
Yeah.
Or frequently during the summer. It'll give her the option if she suspects there's gonna be trouble or something should happen, she could lock the door. And then there'll be a video intercom system where she could talk to somebody if necessary. But regular practice will be the door is unlocked.
Okay.
Someone comes in, they get angry, they leave, bam, it gets locked, and they come back in, she can see what might be going on.
But it won't be locked when somebody walking in there and
It
stuff.
will
So it would still have full, anybody can
access.
come right in
Full-
and do whatever they wanted to do without having to talk to anybody or anything before coming in.
Correct, correct. And it's just an add-on. We have the new petition up. You can see, we put that in. Our doors now have non-keyed
Yeah.
keypad. And when she's alone or someone's alone, that back door is now locked. We're just trying to upgrade security in the office.
It-
I'll
it-
just add, didn't mean to
Sure, go.
interrupt, but a couple of years ago, Mr. Reagan, we had to have a restraining order relative to a permit holder that was, became increasingly belligerent. Somebody gets on the phone and says, this is BS, I'm going to come down there. So the default setting, as Stephanie said, door will be open, normal operation. But if she does happen to be, or any of our colleagues happens to be the only person in the office, and they perceive or have reason to believe there's some sort of bad actor that may appear temporarily, they have that functionality now where they didn't before.
I guess my question is one step farther. When there's only one person in the office, why wouldn't, if we had the opportunity to talk to somebody outside, why wouldn't we lock it? In today's environment where there's only one person,
We have discussed that, and I think right now, we're just trying to make sure the public understands that we're not like under lock and key and send maybe necessarily the wrong message. We're open for public business. Should we determine that that's the right way to go, we will go that way.
Yeah, Mr. Reagan, just from my own perspective, we take, as you and I have discussed a lot, customer service and the ease with which people can do
Yeah.
business with the regulating district very, very seriously. I was, in talking to my colleagues about this item, wanted to reassure myself that the lock position would not become the default setting, so to speak. But I think you raise the sort of questions that have led us to this very point of investing in, not only, as you can see, our operations manager, Matt Ginter, has done an amazing job with the additional sort of physical security at the counter. But this is, I think, part of a menu of options that we have put in our tool belt, so to speak, to make sure that we can keep our colleagues as safe as possible, as practicable, and as reasonable, given the environment we're in.
okay. So just Stephanie, make sure the panic button, then the person sitting there and they got a panic button. Somebody comes in, looks normal and all that. All of a sudden comes, because again, this is a very rural,
Sure.
nobody around. She can hit the panic button. That's going to panic out to the maintenance
It does
area.
two things. The panic button is gonna alert dispatch our monitoring system.
Yeah.
Monitoring service is going to alert Fulton County Dispatch, to let them know there's a problem or a potential problem here. At the same time it's alerting the dispatch, it's gonna alert people, and if anyone's around.
Yeah.
Most of the time during the summer, there is that. Inside the garage will be an alarm, letting people know there's this situation. we will, once the system is installed, have training for all of our staff, so they know hearing the alarm does not mean running up necessarily.
Yeah.
Don't need someone, if, you know, if it's a bad case, you know, worst case scenario up here, people running into trouble, but to alert them, there's trouble.
And does that lock the back door too?
No, but when an employee is here alone, that back door is locked.
Part of the benefit of the new key code system on both locks, that's just become a practice here, a standard operating procedure. Now, again, something new that we've done, part of that menu of improvements to make sure that if the last person out that leaves somebody in the office by themselves, the back door is locked. Because that does not have the same physical protection that you have here in front of the facility.
We needed something like this years ago.
It's terrible that you got to think that way, but in today's environment, we've got a light, we have more reasons for people to come with the car chargers and and just for different people to show up, and one person here by themselves isn't the best situation, I would think.
There's definitely been for anybody in public service the last few years, kind of I'll see you at your house mentality, which is, you know, we should all be aware of and have tried to become consistent through our training and other measures more aware of.
Now, does she pack? Stephanie?
Questions?
Any questions?
She does not.
The motion to accept, I'm sorry.
And you also remember you had security, okay? And you had a gate to go through, okay? One of the guys working there with us was a SEAL team. So he walked through with a dummy hand grenade. He was
Playing with it.
Playing with it from one hand to the other, and they let him through.
I know we go to church and the sheriff's there, and I always feel comfortable when he comes back from Florida, ex-sheriff now, because I'm hoping that he is.
Gentlemen, we're still
Yep.
in the meeting on the.
Again,
Excuse me.
motion to accept,
I would definitely make a motion for that. Mr. Hayes?
second.
I'll second.
Any other comments or all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And last, a resolution to authorize the purchase of stone aggregate for erosion control at Great Sacandaga Lake, Mr. Callahan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Victims of our own success to some degree here with a June 1st elevation, you know, a month and a half early, thanks to Mr. Fulton and Mother Nature, and able to get out early and start erosion control work. This authorizes purchase of stone from Helderberg Materials for the remainder of this fiscal year. This will get us through the end of June this year. Again, we've already been out at a couple of sites placing stone. You'll note that the budget transfer that is attached to this resolution also addresses a current overage, given the success that the crews under Matt Ginter and Mike Chase's leadership, Mark and Noah just did they punched above their weight last year and were able to address a number of sites and more stone than normal. So this would address that and approve again 500 up to 500 tons of 2865 per, and that amount would be $14,335. And with that, I'll pause for any questions the board members may have.
Any questions? Need a motion to accept the proposal?
I will.
Second,
A second.
any further comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next, we move to the committee reports. Governance Committee, Mr. Candido.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have one resolution that was approved to be advanced to the board, and that was on adopting a policy regarding profiting from insider information. If Mr. Leslie can go further with that.
I don't.
Any question?
Any questions? Thomas, we need a motion then to accept the new policy.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
Second that, Mr. Candido.
any further discussion? Then all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next, the governance committee.
This is fine.
Oh, no, there's another one. I'm sorry. My fault. A resolution to increase the petty cash fund in the Hudson River area.
It's,
Mr. Chairman, the committee, Finance Committee, approved the resolution to further amend the agreement with Harris Beach PLLC CO 12022 to provide bond counsel service in connection with the anticipated issuance of serial bonds or other financing of infrastructure improvements. That was approved by the Finance Committee.
Any questions or comments? Motion to accept?
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Reagan,
Second that.
Mr. Haynes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And Mr. Chairman, the Finance Committee approved the resolution to increase the petty cash fund in the Hudson River area.
Do we have a motion to that effect?
I make that motion.
Mr.
Second.
Haynes,
I'll second it.
Mr. Reagan.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Did we do number 2? Did I just mess up?
We just switched
Did
you
them in the other order.
Oh,
but
okay.
that's
Now we move on to,
If it's okay with the chair, I'll maintain the minutes in the same order
Okay,
that we had the
that's
agenda
my
in.
fault.
Be easier to follow in
Okay,
the long term.
next, staff reports. Mr. Leslie, General Counsel.
Well, I was going to speak for the balance of the time necessary to ensure that Tim had full 25 minutes to ensure that the budget is adopted before his report has to come out. But I'm willing to cede some of that time to Stephanie if she has a lot that she could offer. Darn, me too. Basically, other than the two major litigation issues pending at this point, I've been working on annual reporting requirements, activity requests, contracting, a couple of records retention issues, and permitting matters. All of which are kind of in the normal course of business. Certainly willing to answer any questions anybody may have.
Any questions, comments?
I have none.
Director of Administrative Services, Mr. Dickey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My report is found on page 45. I'll just mention a couple of items. I completed the audits at the Sacramento Field Office and the Hudson River Area Office. The others are completed to ensure compliance, safety, and operational readiness. There were no findings, and staff are performing in accordance with established procedures. We are currently working through our seasonal labor process. We have received 9 applications, and we have 4 interviews scheduled. We're hoping to have 2 or 3 seasonals onboarded within the end of the month.
Thank you very much.
Stephanie, did you get any of that?
No, sir, unfortunately, we would not.
Are you seeking employment by any chance?
I don't want to drive that far. I don't want to drive that far either.
We've been there as a board before, we've been there again.
All right, I don't want it.
If I might interject before Tim's report, I'd also like to remind everybody their financial disclosure statements are due May 15th. If anybody has any issues.
I think
So that's-
Ms. Rozicki is still going.
I'm sorry. No, the last thing that I have to mention each time is that you will find the contract status sheets in your board packet. They are there to satisfy the public authority requirement, so take a look at those. The remainder of my activities are in my report. I'm happy to take any questions.
And you already gave us an update on the Eagle babies.
Yes, I did. Next time I'll have pictures.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lost my place there. Next is you, Mr. Mead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You can find the CFO report on page 48 of your packet. Within the last, I'll say 2 minutes, all information I'm familiar with suggests no new reporting on the status of the New York State budget negotiations. And so with that and all of the other comments today, I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone has about the regulating district's financial condition.
Any questions or comments? Thank you very much. Chief Engineer, Mr. Fulton.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My report begins with page 89, board package. Hudson River area saw about 50% of historic average precip through April 22nd. And inflow through that same date at Great Sacandaga Lake, about 60% and about 80% at Indian Lake respectively. In the Black River area, closer to 100% historic average precip through April 20th, and about 113% of historic average inflow of water reservoir. Since the writing of my report, reservoirs have, let's say, officially filled and are now just being maintained at typical start of summer elevation. And will remain there through June 1st in the case of Sacandaga and Indian Lake and Stillwater. At that point in their summer drawdown. Six Lake and Old Forge. Remaining at their typical summer elevation.
Yep. Could you warm up the water so we can swim?
Again, warming it up is not unfortunately not an option. Sorry about that.
Pretty big ice cubes in there for a few months.
We were just talking about that Six Lake and Old Forge are more temperatures there, about 50 degrees right now. So Memorial Day weekend swimming might fail. Summaries on the projects. Indian Lake progressing well. There's a construction progress report. Happy to answer any questions on that. And on Old Forge and Six Lake, also a summary report. And some recent field inspections and activities. That work is ramping up pretty well right now. Coffer Dam is going in at Six Lake, and anchoring of the existing spillway is occurring at Old Forge. Both of those necessary to move forward with demolition structures at both projects respectively. Answer any questions.
Any questions?
John, is this where we want to bring that up?
I think we had discussed doing it under board
Yeah,
member
next
questions and comments.
board member
So it's a
questions
standalone,
and comments,
if that works for you.
which is coming up.
I'm good. I just,
So you're on.
last meeting, Rob asked me a couple of questions as I was trying to get out of here. And then John came in and John wanted to talk about some issues. I think it has to do with questions that I ask about projects and stuff. So I just as well do it right out in the open. Any questions or any way that I present myself in asking questions about projects. I guess I want to say a couple of things, and I've got a bunch of things here because I thought about this quite a bit. I think one of my responsibilities as a board member is trying to make sure that I understand projects to a certain degree, but also that I'm looking at and making sure that the taxpayers get the best value for their dollar of going through. And I've got quite a bit of, I'm not somebody that doesn't have any experience on projects. I've got over 40 years of experience on projects with capital budgets of over $50 million a year. So I'm not a new at this. I've seen a lot of things I've learned over that process and stuff. I've made mistakes, huge mistakes in capital over the years that I've learned from of going through and doing that. So when I ask questions and stuff, I have a feeling John wanted to come because John was puffed up a little bit. And I just wanted, I needed to get out of here.
It's just years of bad eating.
Yeah, no, you were puffed up. I know how I puff up too. So anyway, and I just as well do that discussion here because when I ask questions about projects and stuff, I'm not used to some, and a lot of it may just be the differences. I'm not used to certain things. So Rob, I asked, ask me, do I want to talk about projects anymore? I said, no, I don't want to talk about projects. I'm done. I want to get out of here. And you went, well, what do you want me to do? Do we want to sue them? Okay, so I'm sitting here thinking about this or going through while you're talking before John comes in. And again, I had an appointment. I had something I had to do. And so I'm looking at it and saying, well, you know, if it's within the scope of the project and we bid it out, we shouldn't pay for anything extra unless there's been a change of scope of going on. I mean, that's just normal project administration. And so that's that was going through my head. And so then I started thinking about this all the way home of going through, which is dangerous because that's a couple hours. And so I started going through and I say, okay, so what are the things that I'm concerned about? So I listed them. All right, so let's take a project when we have a project like Indian River, where, you know, everybody tells me I'm full of crap because, you know, this isn't a food project. That was you, Rob. This wasn't a food project where it's a set in and you go with that, which you don't understand any of that business to a degree. So I'm not going to debate that. But this is the kind of feedback when I leave that I sit there and say, should I just shut up? But I'm not going to until you kick or until I, whatever happens. And so the very first thing I ask on that is, okay, so when we're talking about the project up there, and we've got gates that have been in the water for I don't know how many years. I don't know if it's 1939. I don't remember the exact date, you guys. I could have looked it up, but somebody knows the date. Doesn't matter. It's a long time. To think that water's rolling through, that when there's deterioration on the dam, there wouldn't be at the gates is something I just sit there and it starts going with me. Okay. But again, we're not doing a lot of these. I can understand some things getting missed here and there, and we have to go and pick them up. I understand that. But then the question comes back, okay, once we have a change of scope, what's required by the state? So meeting before, not 2 meetings ago, we had a discussion about, from the contractor standpoint, what the additional money was going to cost. Then the last meeting, we had a discussion about the engineering firm, what the additional money is going to cost. And so that makes me even think more of going forward and saying, okay, so when we changed the scope on this project, did we get quotes from everybody of coming in? And did we have everything together? And if not, why, if we did, why wasn't it all presented at one time? And if not, why not? And then it starts going to me, the question goes, okay, are these open-ended work orders? So it's based on time and material? It's not even been bid? Okay, then the next question that goes to me on this bidding procedure again, because the way my mind works, I go through, okay, what's the state's requirements for projects being over a percentage? X amount of projects over, how would an auditor look at that over a period of time if they start taking a look and every project we have is over of going through? So then I ask the next question of going into my mind and stuff and saying, okay, what happens as far as making sure that we, it's a change of scope, should we have to rebid it? And then I know up at the dam, if I remember right, John, and I don't remember all the details, Rob and John, I'm sorry, I didn't look them up, but it seemed like we only had 1 or 2 bidders on the dam up there. And I think one was only the legitimate bidder, but that's what I kind of remember, but I don't know that to be true.
Which project, Mr. Ray?
The one at Indian Lake.
Indian Lake 3? No, that was, Indian Lake was a sole. That was C.D. Perry was the sole bidder.
No, I believe we had 2. Just 2,
I thought just one.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I thought it was just one, but hey, you know what?
Lots of people showing.
Yeah.
3 at Old Fort. 6.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, you guys. For my question, it really doesn't matter.
Our advisor said you better take it because it's going to be a lot
Only goes one
more
way.
if we rebid it.
So then the question comes to me from a standpoint that I know in the areas that I came from, when you didn't have bidders, you had to go out and find bidders and then had to document if you couldn't. And those documents had then go into the corporate to where it was reviewed and agreed upon by everybody. So I started asking the question, okay, what's the state's process for doing similar type of thing? Then I thought, because we had changed the scope up at the dam of going forward, what's required when we change the scope of going through there? And then what paperwork is required if we don't go and rebid it? And the purpose of the bid is what, you guys? What's the couple purposes of the bid?
Get the best price,
Get the best price, that's one. What's the second part? Purpose.
quality.
You want that automatically, but it sets the price. When you have more than one bid, it actually sets the price of what the fair price is. And when you don't go out and bid something, and you're just doing it on time and material, and I don't know if we are, but if you're doing it on time and material and you haven't got another bid, how do you track the money? So anyway, that's what goes through my mind in these meetings, you guys. And a lot of times I don't speak because I don't want to spend a lot of time tying all of you guys up to something that, maybe it's just me asking these questions. So I'm more than happy for people to take me on after a meeting, but during the meeting. I'm not going to sit around for nothing and have people sit and, come at me because it's just, you know what? I've done that for years. I just don't want to do that anymore. I don't even want to do that at church. I don't want to do that anymore. But I feel that those things as a board member and what I know about projects and stuff, I need to bring out and ask going forward. If not, I'm not doing my responsibility properly. So you guys have at me. Take me to the woodshed. I'm a big boy.
No, I agree with a lot of what you say. And I brought it up to you. And, and I appreciate you bringing it up to us.
And then a couple times, Rob's asked me right at the last minute, do you want to go to something? Believe it or not, I have a life. Give me advance notice and something if there's something I can do to help on that. I'm not saying I'm an expert in this area, but I had been through a lot of different things. I'm glad to ask the questions, but you can't ask me that day or the day before. So that's just basically saying you don't want me, you're just trying to shut me up and make me part of it. And, anyway, okay.
So that might be just a good segue, Mr. Chairman, just note for the board to consider when you're approving the date of the next meeting. We are talking about a Black River area TBD, but someplace in close proximity to the Old Forge and Six Lake project. So we are now, with nearly a month advance notice, inviting all the board to tour both sites following the next meeting, which there'll be a lot to see.
I think we should have a meeting devoted a lot to that and get some of these questions answered. Everybody in agreement?
Great. Yep.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Our next meeting, next regular board meeting about the Black River Regulating District to be on Tuesday, June 9th. The location to be announced in the Black River area. You need a motion for that?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Motion to adjourn.
So move.
Won't have to travel far.
Second.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody.
Everybody enjoy spring. See you next.